Hi, good afternoon, one and all. I'm Shweta Jha, and I welcome you to Janitri India. Janitri India is a wonderful platform for women empowerment and many other social works that we do. Today, I would like to talk about secrets of professional content writing. Content writing has been in the market since a long time, but very few people understand because the word content has been thrown around here and there. Many people don't know and they are unaware, maybe because it's not content, it's content. So, let me begin with what is content writing. So, it depends. What is your project? What is your brief that you've received? Content writing is field specific, content writing is topic specific, and content writing is also creative. So you may have come across people saying that, we need a very dynamic content writer. Am I audible? Am I audible? All right. Okay. Once again, uh, I would like to say thank you to all for attending this webinar. I am Shweta Jha representing Jonitri India. Jonitri India is a wonderful platform for women empowerment, women entrepreneurs. Over and above that, we do a lot of other social services like helping the underprivileged children and also trying to understand the different societal issues. Today, here, I take this platform to talk about the professionals' content writing, secrets of professional content writing. So, the first and the foremost thing that I would like to talk about is the very pronunciation of content. It's not content. Let me make it clear. All right. Content writing varies from field to field, area to area. It is broadly divided into IT and non-IT, technical and non-technical. So my experience lies mostly in technical writing and educational writing. In the past, I have worked with the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, in the capacity of a social media marketer and public relations officer. Before that, I started my career with content writing. So I was with a tech firm. It was a startup. So yes, your content writing depends on your audience. The first thing. The second thing is your ability to observe. If you are a keen observer of what is happening around, you'll be able to research a lot because writing is not just writing, it's an amalgamation of a deep research. For example, if I am writing about the launch of iPhone 11, then I better research about iPhone 11 and the previous versions of iPhone and the upcoming versions of iPhone. I cannot just write about iPhone 11. Similarly, if you are writing about, uh, for example, a celebrity, You just cannot write this that the celebrity worked into just two movies. If he's as good as Shah Rukh Khan or as good as Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, you will have to broaden your horizon. A lot of us, just to meet the targets, just to meet the deadlines, we hurry up in a haste, we don't research, and then we end up getting a negative feedback from the client. It spoils your relationship with your boss, it spoils the company's relationship with the client. Second and third, maybe third point, I'd like to say that you should charge what you deserve. A lot of people say that don't think about money, but no, if it is a profession, you have to think about money. There are no free lunches in this world. And me being an honest person, I will always ask you to just dive deep into your subject, delve deep into your subject. It requires a lot of effort. That's the reason why you have to be specific about how much you will charge. If the person accepts it, it's okay. If he doesn't, it's okay. You will get another project or another organization, the organization that you deserve, or the organization that deserves you. A lot of people get scared that if I leave this project, I might not get another project because my name might get spoiled in the professional market. There is no such thing because there is a dearth of good content writers in the market. It comes from a lot of experience. I have been doing social media marketing. It is another level of content writing. The nomenclatures change with time, but at the heart of it lies content. You are here to listen because of the content. Okay, now let me talk about content marketing. So, content marketing has been exaggerated by a lot of people, and in the last 2 years, especially, people have started looking for a content marketer. A lot of people have given different nomenclatures. No, content writing, content creation, content marketing on a different level. All this revolves around one fact is your sales. Whether your company gets clients or not, whether your company is making profits or not. It is as simple as that, right? Yeah. So, in the State of Marketing report for 2021, it has been said that 82% of companies actively use content marketing. Yeah. So now you can imagine how much is your content worth. When you apply in an organization, you look at the website of the organization. So definitely you look at the content, but rarely you think who must have written the content, right? A lot of people say that anyone can write. Of course anyone can write, just as anyone can cook, but it needs some deliberation, it needs some degree of seriousness, it needs some degree of readership. You have to read and read. For example, I am MA in English literature, and then I did a second master's in mass communication, yeah, to give a finish to my career. Now, after 7 years of work experience, I feel that I still need to work on my skills. There is no end to learning. Learning happens each day, and each day you get a new rule to content writing. There is no sacrosanct rule that content writing should be done in this way or that way. For example, one of my clients said that you will have to make sure that you cater to the needs of our clients, keeping your creativity intact. So the challenge was to attract a niche. Niche was carved, and my own way of writing. I write facts, I write honestly, I write in a straightforward manner. Some people have in the past given me feedback that I just rant it out. I have polished my skills. I have made my writing, um, I have carved my writing in a way, I must say, that attracts clients. But when I write, I make sure that I research at least 10 links, 2 links if the company provides. Apart from that, I research PDFs, I research scholarly articles, I research company websites. Just research, research, and research. If nothing else, it will add to your knowledge. Like I remember one of my bosses telling me, you waste a lot of time on research. So I just chose to ignore because I thought if I don't research, nobody will read the article. And that in turn will affect your company's reputation. I was the first content writer of that company. I had to build a benchmark. Yeah. So now, getting back to the secrets of, there are no secrets really. Honestly, everything is there in front of you, everything is available online. You have the Internet of Things, you can just Google everything. But because of that popularity, the word content is often just thrown around without context. If you are new to marketing, you might find yourself asking, what is content and how do I write it? You might see the terms content writing and copywriting used interchangeably or in the same context. What are content writing and copywriting and what makes them different? Yeah, like when I was pursuing my second master's in communication, I interned with Radio Mirchi Ahmedabad as a copywriter. The difference that I found was that copywriting was exactly what the client asked you to do. Yeah, let us look at the difference between copywriting and content writing. Content marketing aims to educate and inform the reader. It helps customers get familiar with a brand or product before they buy something. Copywriting aims to sell a product or service. It encourages customers to take an action that brings them further down to the sales funnel. So, the aim behind content marketing is sales. The aim behind copywriting is sales. But copywriting is more direct, and content marketing is a little indirect. That is the main difference. You have to understand. So copywriting aims to sell a product or service. It encourages customer to take an action. Immediately your customer will take an action. Now, there is another part to content writing. A lot of people don't understand. They have now segregated the two, that is content writing and content editing. Because now there are editing tools available. When I began my career, there were no editing tools available. So we used to write, edit, write on our own. No tools. I think that was better in a way because it made me original first, and second, I gained a different kind of confidence. I didn't have to depend on technology for that. Yeah. So there are many content editing tools available. For example, Slick, Write, Ninja Essays, Ginger, etc. But when you write, you have to proofread your writing. Many a times we are unable to find out the flaws in our writing. That's the reason why now people use tools, because tools help them correct the sentence formation, make it more saleable. There are writings that are majorly done for the purpose of SEO, that is search engine optimization, because when you write, the search begins. If there is nothing written, there will not be any search. Google exists because there is content. You have to understand, right? What is content writing? Content writing is a form of storytelling. Sometimes it is technical, sometimes it is non technical. For example, I am a dancer as well. Does dance have content? Of course it does. The mudras, the eye expressions, what are they? These are content. So you have to understand that content is omnipresent and omnipotent at the same time. I would also like to say that a lot of people have got intimidated because of the recent increase in the demand of content writing. You don't have to get worried, you don't have to be fearful, because you always have room for expressing your skills, for gaining the kind of clients or projects that you want. For example, I couldn't write a fictional book, so I said no. I can easily write tech blogs, I can easily write blogs related to education or marketing or communications. I have got this clarity. You have to remember that content writers need clarity in their mind. Don't be everywhere. Try to identify, try to nurture your skills. And content writing is not very tough. Although it sounds quite uh, hard, but content writing is easy. You have to just express. Therefore, you don't have to worry about projects. That is one thing. Now, you have to also understand that someone is going to read it, or maybe more than 10,000 people are going to read it if you are writing content for a website. Each website will have a different guideline, will have a different demand. So you have to understand, you have to have your focus. Focus is one big challenge for many writers because you're not able to focus. You think this topic is not good, but that is the topic, you can't help it. So your also content writing means about your depth and length. If it is 300 words, then make sure that you convey what you are supposed to. Brevity is the soul of wit. Understand. If it is brief, it will be witty. So you have to keep it that way. I am not saying that you have to use literary jargons or technical jargons to create your impression or to create depth in it. No. Depth doesn't mean vocabulary. No, it doesn't. You have to be very specific. You have to keep the language simple. We are not scholars or we are not academicians. You have to understand. We may work for academicians or we may work for educationists, but we are not one of them. The demand may be different. Sometimes you may have to write it in that manner. That's okay. But try to keep it simple, and there should be no redundancy. Don't repeat words. The minute you repeat words, the readers will stop reading. And you have to understand that when people read, they are reading two, three things at the same time. That is the market. And you can't say that no, People will have to read. No, people won't. So it has to be catchy, it has to be attractive, it has to be brief, and at the same time strong. Make your content as strong as possible. You will be compared with a lot of writers. Your boss might say, but then that writer was better. That's okay. You try to change your writing style. If you're able to do it, it's okay. If you are not able to do it, you can politely say no. There is no harm in it. But I will always suggest flexibility. If you are able to change yourself, if you are able to learn new ways of writing, nothing like it. Your market demand will only increase. And I have also noticed that when people write what they are supposed to write, and when they write with a lot of honesty and integrity, they do well because virtue pays in the long run. Come on, right? Yeah. Also, a lot of people have become bloggers. Bloggers. There is a new terminology: blog, video, come blog, right? So again, you have to be tech savvy. You have to walk as fast as possible, but you don't have to run. You should take time. Pace is important in today's day and age. Once you are able to understand what is your client's demand, you will be able to write it in a flow, just in one go. And keep on researching. Research is the only key that will help you get identified in the world of content marketing, because this world is huge and every day there are n number of content writers, upcoming content writers who are just there. So you have to understand all this. My experience as a full-time content writer and a freelance content writer has been different. Because when you're working as a full-time content writer, you are there in front of the boss's eye. So he knows what you're doing and what you're not. But when you become a freelancer, you are running here and there to get projects. So your first target is to get good projects, right? And you get, how do you get it? LinkedIn first, and then second is word of mouth. When you get a new topic, you should not run away from it. You should try to understand what the topic is. And then if you're not able to do it, say no. But try. I got rejected by 50 companies. But then there were other 50 who wanted me to write them. I'm sorry. I have a sore throat today. So you have to understand that if your charges are not pleasing your project manager, your boss, you're not there to please people. You have to politely say that I charge this much, and please see that you give me a competitive amount, because I'm offering myself and we are doing it professionally. You will gain profit, I will gain profit. Yeah. So never hesitate. That is one big tip that I will give. People say that you should not charge more. You should be very humble. Being humble doesn't mean that you give your services free of cost. You do it free of cost for NGOs or for people who really need it. You don't do it for everyone, right? Also, one big point is that as a writer, you should practice writing a lot. Even if you don't have any project, you are sitting idle, just write on any topic. You should create your own blog. You should create your own social media portfolio where people come across your work. When you market your work, only then you will get. Don't expect that you sit idle at home and people will get to know, oh, so and so person is there, the content writer. No, don't be in the dreamland. You have to be there. It's a practical world out there. You have to show your skills, talents, potentials. You have to be in the public eye to get noticed. And trust me, looks don't matter. A lot of people say that because this person has a pleasing personality, he gets more projects. No, it's not like that. Looks don't matter. Your confidence matters. Your creativity matters. Some may like it, some may not like it. So be it. Doesn't matter. You have to remain motivated. You have to write to inspire. Just as motivational speakers talk to inspire, you have to write to inspire. Every day, make it a point. You make a calendar a week before for this coming week. This day I'm going to post on so and so thing. This day I will do this. You have to maintain your personal identity. Nobody else will. You have to do it. Don't depend on others. That is the biggest tip that I share. Thank you for listening to me. Journey 3 India is grateful to its listeners and audiences. I will see you in the next webinar. Bye. Take care. Stay safe. For any questions, you can contact us.